Oh shit, we're live.
Is it properly changing between the cameras?
I believe it is.
Because I can't see it.
All right. Tweets out. I got Audacity up. You got Audacity up?
Did you put hashtag cartoons? I don't have Audacity up.
I did put hashtag cartoons.
You said you had Audacity. Why would I have it up?
Because Audacity, we record each other's local and then we merge it later.
Dude.
You have done this.
I'm telling you, we just used the YouTube audio.
No, we didn't. We used the Skype call recorder, but it doesn't work right now.
Hold on. Let me get Audacity up. When should I start recording?
I'll tell you. This was much simpler. Like, I think, like, Ecamm, so Ecamm, it says Ecamm doesn't, I think there's I shouldn't have updated my Skype because it broke it.
Oh, Skype is awful.
Skype is a bad program.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to quit it. There we go. It's quit. So I'm going to play some Overwatch while we do this.
Yeah, that's fine. So we could always use, like, ODBC and just capture the audio from Skype or Hangouts.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to YouTube, right?
It is going to YouTube. I don't know how good the quality is with it streaming.
It's fine.
How do you know?
You just put HD on and you're fine.
All right, there's my one news.
How about I'm just gonna steal this from Matt Newman. There's my news. As he posted today in my chat.
All right, this will do. Five. What do you have? Code Geass merchandise?
Yeah, with Hello Kitty.
Oh my god, why? So many questions I have about that. Crap, what was I gonna do?
Oh, there's another one. I got another one for you. Yeah. One Punch Man artist is working on an official Back to the Future manga.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
But how did we used to see people chatting before? We used to have the YouTube open, didn't we?
I think we did.
Oops.
Which the YouTube page is on the bottom.
On the bottom of what?
I can actually now check if I'm streaming this. Oh, there you are. Oh, I sound pretty good.
Let me see. Is it changing every time I talk though?
Yes, it is.
Okay, good. Wait, anybody chatting?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
So nothing's changed.
Okay. That's what I had to do. Pop out chat.
Oh.
Close this and pop out chat. Okay. There we go.
How do you do that?
The little 3 dots. It's 2018, sir.
There's 3 dots? I don't even see 3 dots.
It's on the chat side.
Oh, I see. I have no recent apps. I can add apps.
What? What? No. On the YouTube video.
Oh.
Dumbass.
All of that. Oh, I popped it out. That was simple. I don't know how technology works. Okay, let me also. Jesus, my entire workflow for this process is now currently non-existent. I need to have this down so well. It was so smooth. I thought I could just walk back into it, but no, it's actually like hard. Okay, used to do music, none. My podcast, Otaku and Review. New folder, episode 195.
I should post this in my. Okay, where'd you put the link?
Okay, so this group chat is just between us, so that's good to know.
Yeah.
I can get you messages without anyone hearing me. Brittany,
What?
you're right here.
What?
You're right here.
Yeah.
You want to wave? You're live to the internet.
What?
You're live to the internet.
Hi, Brittany. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Okay, all right. So we good? 3 newses. Let's just jump into it.
Yas.
Okay. See if I remember how to do this. I think I wonder if I'll try to find if there's an easy way to record from Discord too, because Discord is better quality than Skype now anyway.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So snowball. All right, I'm gonna start Audacity. Okay, we're gonna clap, right?
Hold on. Okay.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Did you clap? I didn't hear you.
I didn't clap.
Why didn't you clap?
I didn't clap. I just did it when you clapped.
I'm not sure if you're joking or not.
No, I just hit record when you clapped.
I don't know if that's gonna help me.
Okay. What? I'm confused.
Okay, let's one more time.
Hold on. Let me stop.
Let me see. No, don't stop. It's fine. Just show me your hands.
They're in my pants right now.
No, they're not, though. Don't do that.
All right. Fine.
1, 2, 3. No, that was not anywhere in sync.
All right. Let's try again.
Okay. 1, 2,
Oh.
3. I don't know why this is so hard. Are we that just off by time in the
I think so.
hangout?
I'm guessing when you're gonna clap. So
Can you hear me? I'm counting.
yeah, but you pause too long as soon as you finish saying one.
1, 2, 3. I don't know why this is so hard. I'm gonna.
Slow clap.
All right, I'm gonna throw that one away. Just restart.
Oh, it's great to be back. Let's just start recording. Okay. Recording.
Okay, you're recording.
All right.
All right. Let's just do it. 1, 2, 3.
That was on point.
I think that was in sync, but I'm not
That
sure.
was fine. No, that
I
was
think
fine.
there's just a delay between us right now.
No, that was fine. I heard it.
All right, cool. Michael,
Yes.
I think I know it's been kind of a rough year so far, but I think the rest of this year is going to be great. You know, I think we're going to enter into the age of the 7th generation, 8th generation consoles. We're going to have the PS4. We're going to have the Xbox One this year. I think that's going to be very upbeat. I think that's going to improve gaming a lot. The Wii U, I think, is finally going to come into its own this year, right? We're going to get Mario Kart. And we're going to get Super Smash Brothers. And do you know that Nintendo has a secret project too? And I want to know get your opinion on it. It's called the Amiibo. All right.
But Nintendo's for babies.
No, I don't. You see, let me tell you about these Amiibo that Nintendo is working on. Okay. They are these little figures, and you're going to get like Mario, and you're going to get like Samus, and then you're going to be able to touch them to your Wii U gamepad, and they're going to do stuff. You don't want that?
No. And I hate to tell you.
Yeah.
the new consoles already came out. You're already like behind.
No, that can't be. No, the new
They
consoles
came
are
out
coming.
in November 2013. So you fucked up everything from
Did
the
I fuck
get.
up everything? God damn it. Was that what you were looking up? You were looking up to
I
just
was
make
like,
sure.
I'm pretty sure they came out in 2013, but God damn it, Scott.
The Wii U will come of age. All right, I screwed it up. We are in the shadow of Kill la Kill, and anime is just going to get better from here. I had a lot of stuff prepared, and now I have
Yeah,
to throw it all
you could
away.
almost hope that anime would get better, but
So,
then Love Live happened.
so actually, I was listening back, and the last time we did a recording, right? It was April 2014, and I opened the episode by saying that we're now, in order to get on the trends of anime, we're going to just convert the entire show into a Love Live fan cast. And then I proceeded to read the Love Live Wikipedia because I have know nothing about Love Live, and even to this day, still can't tell you anything about Love Live.
It's
So
for the best.
I think so. It's been a while since we've done one of these.
4 years almost.
I think the important question right now is, why are we doing it again?
You wanted to.
We weren't really particularly good at it.
I was great at it.
No one really cared.
I need to talk Smite.
And frankly, we don't even like each other that much. So
Nope.
no, all of this chemistry where we're like jovial and we get along, all that is just for show. Now that only actually makes up like 15% of the podcast. The rest
Our
of it
chemistry is about as good as League of Legends, which is terrible.
Now you're only saying that because you probably register every single tiny click behind me, right?
Nah, just see it on the screen.
You can see that on the screen from here? Oh, I guess you can. I can hear the million clicks. I think she's playing Garen. That's my favorite.
A better game.
That's my favorite League of Legends character. Are you playing Garen? Yeah. Okay, so she's playing Ash. If you're listening to the podcast, we are back again to doing a video stream, and you can see
and
my
Scott's
girlfriend
actually lives with him now.
playing League of Legends, in the background, because she's a stereotype. She mostly plays Final Fantasy 14 too. I don't know. You played Final Fantasy 14 well, but we're getting off. Jesus, this is what we always did. We just like ramble. We just no. I'm not ready to talk Smite. I got back into
Smite. It's perfect.
Nobody likes Smite though. Absolutely nobody likes Smite. Michael,
dude, hold on. Since we last recorded, Smite has added the Japanese pantheon.
But I thought they weren't going to do any gods that are still being worshipped today.
Well, they're doing Amaterasu, Raijin, Susanoo, Hachiman.
So you're saying that, unlike previously when you constantly talked about Smite on our Japanese anime podcast, that now it's might be relevant. Yeah, I didn't say it was relevant. I said it might be relevant.
There's like a bunch of anime skins too. One of them does like the Kyari Pami Pami dance. One of them does caramel dancing.
What does that have to do with the Japanese pantheon?
There's a baby metal skin.
Again, what does that have to do with the Japanese pantheon?
Nothing, but it has stuff to do with anime and Japanese cartoons. Japanimation.
I don't know if it does.
It has to do with Japanimation, sir.
Here's okay. Now I think that we're showing our age. I'm going to imagine that we're probably going to get one or two new listeners eventually. So you've just used the phrase Japanimation, and you referenced the Kamalo Dansu. So I think that anyone who is tuning into the show now in the year of our Lord 2018 needs those things explained to them.
I'm hip to the times, I keep up with that. What's going on?
Yeah, so you are, you listen to Kamalo Dansu and you do the dance, right? Right, and again,
I'll just sit here and watch you do it.
Why not? Why not? How about this? I'll do it and you sing it.
I wish right now that your girlfriend would look over and just walk out. Like, that would make for the best video. Just she look over, shake her head, and walk out of the room. Like, screw the match, I'm leaving.
You are assuming that this is the first time I have done Kamalo Dansu in her presence, and the answer to that is obviously not. That is not true. Anyway, Michael, let's. What? Why are we here?
We want to hit 400 episodes. No, 500.
Well, I said 200. Honestly, when we first started talking about doing the show,
195, and I don't think that's right.
This is episode 195.
I feel like you skipped.
I did not skip. I did not skip. In fact, I can go. I can go right now and look at the feed. I mean, all the original stuff has been taken down since then.
But you still have all the audio files, right?
I do still have all the audio files. Yeah.
Good.
So I think what eventually will probably add in a couple like
Holy
classic
shit.
shows.
I just thought about something. Since then, I have a second dog now.
You have a second dog?
Yeah. It's not just Tucker anymore. Watch this. Watch the camera feed.
Okay, but this is not going to be entertaining or relevant to anyone.
Come here, baby.
Okay, we're just still going to do it. That's fine.
Maddie. Bye, Maddie. Hi, baby. Say hi. What?
This is again only relevant to people watching the stream. Like nobody is listening to the dog. Still on the dog, huh?
Everybody can hear her, right?
Nope, that was just you. That wasn't even the dog. Everyone is very. I think that the answer is everyone is very confused.
But this is
and
why
upset.
Everybody should go to Otaku and Reviews YouTube page and watch the video.
Also true.
Where else can you get exclusive footage of my dog?
Probably your Instagram or Twitter account.
And Snapchat.
And Snapchat. That's right. You can follow.
I told you I'm hip to all the kids are doing.
You do, yeah. You're so hip that you're using the Snapchat.
I snap all day. Oh, thank you.
Exclusively pictures of your dog?
Or other things. Yeah!
Yeah, so our last episode, it was the Kill la Kill episode, where we, I think, successfully announced the anime was saved, right? I think that's what we declared, so then we didn't need to do a show anymore. It was our Kill la Kill roundtable.
We couldn't be more wrong.
Oh, I think...
It's Kill la Kill saved anime. Love Live's like, hold my beer.
That's right. Yeah, it was just... Little did we know that the dread specter of Love Live was hiding just out of frame, as we declared anime once again saved. Yeah. So why are we doing this again, Michael? Do you have an opinion on why we're doing this again?
Yes.
What is that?
So we can annoy people with our opinions. Yeah,
people do get annoyed a lot about opinions.
Especially amongst the anime and gaming crowds. Oh boy.
Oh boy. I think we can describe ourselves as and I know this is going to be a controversy as the whitest and straightest of men. Yeah. I believe that we are more woke than the average anime fan and gaming person. Would you say that's fair? I am pretty woke.
She's not paying attention to you. I would agree. Could you imagine if we had been recording when the whole GG thing kicked off?
Yeah, that's what I kind of wanted to bring up. So we stopped recording, and a couple months later, then the Gamergate thing exploded, and I was thankful for that.
I think that's when
I didn't have to comment on it.
I turned everything around. I was like, I'm not part of any of you fucking weirdos. I was legit angry with that, and it actually pushed me away from the center of all the fandoms.
Yeah, and I continued to be legitimately angry, and that was actually when a lot of stuff happened, but there was also when I just kind of I stopped posting on Twitter as much, and I stopped interacting with the anime community as much, and I've fallen off, and I think that was a huge part of my life, and the fact that something drove it away is a big deal, and it makes me upset because perhaps that voices voice. I'm not even gonna say like. I don't even want to say like anything more than like a voice of reason in a crowd of insanity. That probably would have been better, but no, I just checked out of the whole goddamn thing.
Yeah, I actually started becoming a voice of reason. I started tweeting more. Um, it's around the time I would say I started gauging more into social issues.
Yep.
I actually went from social right to social moderate on most things. Um, I left the Republican Party the following year, but that was
You really got
because
on top of that one. You really got
yeah,
on top of that one before it went bad.
dude, I left the month before he even announced that he was running. It was perfect. I was like, all right, thank God. Now so the only reason I left because that party with the way the Tea Party went was just I was out. Like I was done. It's not the party I was wanted to be with. There's no fiscal conservatism anymore, which is what pisses me off. That's why I was there.
The
They spend money like it's nobody's business, and
and they don't. Well, they
that
spend
they
money and
don't.
they
They
don't
claim
have
that
the
they're
money to
fiscal
back it up.
conservatives. Yeah, they claim they're fiscal, but they're not. They're fucking worthless. So I left the party. I was very adamant with Gamergate as a whole for a long time. Um, and I think the reason I got so pissed off was just because of the attacks against women more than anything.
Yeah, I mean that's the most. I mean that's the most upsetting piece, right?
It's people being kind of stupid with it, like thinking that because they want more diversity in games means that they're not going to have their games they're already enjoying. That's not what any of it meant, and they still don't understand that.
Yeah, and people, and you know that the and you know we'll summarize the things that we would have been talking about for the last 4 years.
Yeah,
Uh, you know, I like looking back on like you can. I think people have already said this, but Gamergate is kind of like a precursor to the things that happened in 2016 and 2017. But you know, you can see like people freaking out because they think that the games that they want to play are censored for some reason,
yeah,
and it's just like not being able to differentiate between, well, no, censorship means like the government stepped in and didn't want you to see the underage boobies, whereas what the company is doing is choosing a marketing decision to make because they don't want to be associated with underage boobies, and that's completely
yeah.
legitimate because this is not Japan. um and then just them just like being the shittiest people in the world because they didn't get the underage boobies that they wanted.
Well, it's also they got mad that they didn't get DOAX3 volleyball, but I'm like, the first one sold well because it was a good game. The second one didn't sell well because it was a shitty game. The third game they weren't going to bring out, and it had the guy claimed it was controversy, but the reality behind it was it's not going to sell copies over here.
And yeah, and it's people ignoring the facts and just saying like, oh, you know, that ignites fires, right? And that makes the whole thing
I bought it via
fucking
Play
worse.
Asia, but I still have yet to play it.
It makes the whole yeah.
And I heard it's still more towards the second one, which was awful than the first one. The first one was like a legit fun volleyball game. Like it's still like I wish they had never been like, you know what? People don't want the volleyball game. They just want to stare at tits. And I'm like, no, the volleyball game was the best part.
I think you might be an outlier in that though.
We have a whole series called Sexy Beach that we could watch the actual nudity. What the hell I need that shit for?
Wait, what?
Sexy Beach. It's like the hentai version of DOAX.
So if that exists, why does anyone want to play the other one?
I don't know. I guess so they can get trophies on their PS4.
You'd think that in
Like,
that instance they would turn the trophy system off.
oh god, no! People need to brag about that. Mm. I'm
Okay.
trying to think of other things that happened since we last recorded. I have a VR headset now.
I'm sorry.
I enjoy it. It
How many
doesn't
games?
make me nauseous like I thought it would.
How many games have you played on your VR headset?
Quite a few. I
Quite a
have a
few.
bunch. It's right here. My Oculus Rift.
I think the only thing I've ever seen you talk about your VR headset is anime girlfriend game.
Oh, VR Girlfriend is amazing. I would say not the adult portions, but the beginning portions of that game. I would use that as a VR demo for people because when the girl like bends down into your face, you're like, "Holy shit!" Like you're fucking so close. Like it legit feels. I mean, it still obviously doesn't look 100% real, but
Well, that game is
honestly,
not intended to look 100% real.
no. But it looks really good, and you feel like something's there with you, or someone's there with you. I enjoy the VR. I need to play it more. I just haven't had time. Because trying to set it up for streams sucks.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, don't you need a large amount of room to really
Yeah, and
take advantage of some other games?
I just took room away by putting up this bookshelf. So yeah,
So it's either choose displaying your lovelies or
my K-pop CDs. Yes.
playing VR,
Yep.
and you have chose displaying your lovelies.
My K-pop CDs. Yes. They're all autographed, sir.
Did you send away for those?
I bought most of them on a website called Soupy when they used to have a store and they would sell autographs. Some of them are CDs I bought back in the or early 2000s that just came that way.
They just come autographed by default.
Mm-mm. They're just, I guess, pre-orders got some pre-orders got autographs
I
from
don't think
back then.
I don't think I would show off the room behind me, but I don't think it's changed that much. You can actually probably see the exact same posters that
Mm.
and wall decorations that you would have seen in 2014, with the exception that the wall is a different color.
Oh no, I got my Twice poster in the background.
Yeah, you're no longer in your basement.
Nope. My roommate moved out 2015, I think it was. 2016, and I decided to take my stuff out of the basement. I moved my TV and main consoles up to the first floor, my computer and stuff up to the top floor in the office room. Um, I love the basement, but there's not a lot of light without actually like buying a bunch of lamps
Yeah.
or getting like work done in the house to get ceiling lights installed. And it was just like some days I just was like I felt depressed down there.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Just
Plus,
going in the basement all the time, and that's all I do. Like,
it's also like a little bit of a stereotype.
yeah,
So what's in the basement now?
a couch, a table, and my old TV before I got my 4K TV.
So do you even use it?
Mm-mm. I want to get like a pool table or like a card table to put down there, so I can have company over more often.
So I think, yeah, I think that, I don't know. I don't know what else like our old listeners, who's ever going to rejoin us, would want to know about our lives.
I got 4K TV.
I have a 4K TV too.
It's awesome. And the
It's all
first
right.
thing I did was watch K-pop on it live 4K videos. So I was watching 4K pop.
Uh how long have you been sitting on that?
Oh, I say it all the time to people.
Oh, okay. Do they get is the reaction that they give you like as frustrated as the reaction I just gave you?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I would expect.
That's all I do is dad jokes, though. I'm old enough to be a dad. I might as well do dad jokes.
Oh,
I've gone in and out of. I went in and out of a relationship last year.
that is right. And it was a normal, healthy relationship. Isn't that right, Michael? Let's leave it at that. Michael.
I don't want to say anything on the podcast.
Now the question I think the question that we should answer here at this point, do we watch anime anymore?
I watched a good. I watched 6 or 7 series last year.
Yeah, I think we did this tally not too long ago. I think I got 12.
I didn't finish some other ones, but I also have like 4 or 5 that I've been meaning to finish. I just haven't yet.
So if we're starting the show up, I mean, and I think one of the things that I was hung up on when we stopped doing the show last time is like I didn't feel like I was watching enough anime to justify doing an anime podcast. But I think we can just drop that pretense. I think we can open it up to just
I think
whatever we're
so.
interested in at the time. I
I
don't think it
also
has to be
think
only anime.
we were also doing like weekly.
We got to bi-weekly at some point.
Yeah, but I'm saying like weekly, it's so hard to keep watching and keep watching. And
Yeah, and to just talk about
monthly,
anime.
I say we just do this monthly. We'll be fine.
Like you just want to do this monthly and then and see how it goes.
Yeah, because it gives us time to do other things, watch things, read things. I've been reading a lot of manga more than watching anime.
Well, that
Like
works.
I read a lot of manga.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, I just the last couple months, I have a bunch of stuff stored up that we can get a couple episodes on. But I mean, that's a good. So,
oh, and
and
I
this
do
is
want to talk light novels because I've read all the Bakemonogatari stuff that's been put out, or all the Monogatari stuff.
so I had.
That's
I mean, I had two ideas to bring back the show, which is number one, we just do it like we did before, and
yeah.
one of us takes the show and just reviews something, right?
Okay.
Uh, I'm not sure that would work monthly.
But if we do it monthly, we each just bring something in
But
to
yeah,
talk.
we each do our own review. We can do
Like
that.
we can have stuff that we can talk about together, and then just we each have something that we can discuss.
Yeah, and I think even with like we drop we I mean I like the way I structured this episode as I structured it with a news segment. We don't even have to do that. We could just bang out 3 reviews in an episode, and I mean
Yeah, I don't think.
I think that was the most enjoyable part of doing the show anyway, is just
Yeah,
doing
I
the
don't think the
reviews.
news is that important.
No, I think I added it
With
just like
Twitter nowadays, yes.
yeah, I mean when we did a show, we did the news. Like
Yeah.
that is how a show works.
And if we ever feel like we have something we can do that's outside of the monthly, and we could bring people in, we could always have like specials, like randomly.
I think that'll work. Yeah, and so it was either do the show like we did, and I think with monthly we can do like 3 reviews,
Yeah.
even if it's a longer
Yeah.
show.
I
And
say monthly, and then oh, hold on. Matt says you all would link
that's
me
it.
this stream as I'm walking the Mutski. But no, I think the thing is like if we have a show that you and I watch, but we have people that opinions we respect that also watch it, outside of the monthly, like maybe in a bi-week, like 2 weeks before or after the next show, just kind of have a special show where we bring on a couple guests and discuss a specific topic. It doesn't have to be a typical length. It could be just half hour to an hour and then done. It's just a special like, hey, we're gonna discuss this show.
I mean that makes sense to me too. And the other thing I was thinking about the show was just like we take turns forcing each other to watch something, but I don't know. I think that might get
I'm
that
watching enough as it is.
frustrating. I
Like,
know, yeah, and then we do have diverse tastes, which is enough to bring a different something different to the show
yeah.
each week.
As long as every once in a while I'm allowed to review a K drama.
You can review K drama, but the like. So are we?
Oh,
I mean, I don't
and I'm
want to limit
talking
it.
Strong Girl Bong soon today. Best show last year.
Again, my instinct is trying to limit it to Japanese. I mean, we can say
Hi,
limit it
cat.
to Asian. Yeah, there's a cat here.
Your pussy's on stream.
Yeah, she is.
You know you can get banned for that.
Yeah, YouTube does. Actually, what are you talking about? Our YouTube view count just went through the roof. Get out of here.
I joked on stream, so I was streaming earlier, and Tucker started like trying to wrestle with Maddie, but it always starts off as his humping. I'm like, am I gonna get banned for this?
Um, yeah, I mean, I do. I mean, do we want to? Do we want to believe? Now I see. I lost my train of thought. This is what you also were always good at. Completely derailing me.
Yes.
Do we want to limit it? Just kind of limit it to anime and anime media. I mean, do we just like, hey, I didn't watch any anime this month.
Well, I mean,
let's just talk about this. Let's just talk about Mario Odyssey for seven
I
and a
think
half
the
hours.
thing is, so otaku in Japan doesn't always mean anime. I mean,
Yeah.
otaku is anything you have a very strong love for.
Yeah. So we just lean into that side of it more.
Yeah.
Just come in with some
I
random
I
bullshit.
mean, I forgot to talk about the one thing that happened last year. My blog posts, like I brought back the K-pop post weekly. I now do a weekend review every Friday where I post links that I think, whether it's news articles or opinion pieces that I think people should check out. It all ranges from anime to gaming to beer to K-pop, and I even do like my mini book reviews because I don't know if you've noticed, I've been reading like
Oh
two
yes.
to 5 books a week.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
been it seems insane.
um, yeah. So the one good thing for my relationship last year is it got me back into reading, and I read 100 some books last year, and I'm already at 23 this year.
That's insane and super good.
Yeah, so I include that. I include the best beer I've had over the past week. I include videos, the bundles that I think people would want to check out. Like I've really been happy doing that. I did one review of a hentai game called Mutiny. They have an all quote unquote all ages version on Steam. But there's still it's mostly Futanari. It was okay. I mean, overall, I was like the game I gave an 8.5 because I thought the story and characters were good. To be fair, I wish I had never installed the adult patch. Really
Oh,
didn't care. And actually, I'm playing a game now from Manga Gamer called Sorcery Jokers that I'm 2/3 of the way through for review. And I have the adult patch in, and 2/3 of the game in. I haven't seen anything adult. So
that's
I have
kind
a
of
feeling
lame.
it's just going to be tossed in content just to sell copies in Japan. But the story as on its own is really good outside of one character. That's annoying as fuck.
There's always
Just
has to be one character.
it's that freaking like here's this too good to be true hero where every time something happens he has to say that's not, you can't do that. That's not playing fair. That's not playing fair. That's not playing fair. I'm like I literally want to strangle the kid. Like I don't like when he's on screen.
As
But
opposed
it's
to
from
just
like
coming in and just
well,
crushing the
yeah,
opposition.
it's come from like 5 different perspectives though, so you don't see him all the time. It's pretty cool. You can jump around like timelines from different perspectives. It's a cool game. Like I really like it, and it's their first HD release, and it looks so good.
And so, does that mean you're playing a lot of hentai games now? Is that something that we didn't talk
No,
about?
Otaku Gamer just hit me up and gave me the review codes for those.
Oh, cool.
There was one
'Cause
game they gave me review code for, and I actually forgot the release date was coming, and it was like a month later, so I wasn't gonna get it done in time, so I just bought the next game they released.
did they
I
panic
was like,
because
I'm just gonna buy this game.
you haven't spent like $700 at one of their booths recently?
I bought some stuff off their site here and there, but I'm not right now. I have myself on a strict budget for gaming now. $60 a month. I need to play the games I own.
Yeah, no, I got to that. Always get to that point, and then I go off and I buy a new game, and then I play three ones that I've had for like 3 years in a row, and it's unhealthy and not financially sustainable.
Well, I had some work stuff going on where salary was looking at 11% less a year, so yeah, I was like, I need to start getting my finances in better. Because if something does happen, I need to be more prepared than I am.
Yeah, that is I'm constantly saying that to myself, and then not doing exactly what I should do, which
Yeah.
I think is probably most Americans. So most Americans,
Rage quit. No, I'm just kidding.
Garen died. What I damn it. See, I'm worse now. I used to be better at like being able to recall my train of thought, but I think 7 o'clock might be too late because after work I'm just burned.
I am always free to record from like 3:30 on.
Right, but I got home at 6:50, so we'll figure it
Oh,
out. Um, okay, I think that's a plan. I think if we'll obviously iron out the details of doing a monthly record and then specials and then hey, if we want to do more, we can always do more. If we want to do less, then screw it. I think that we just want it to exist, right?
so should we go over like what we really enjoyed last year since this is our first podcast back in this year?
It's weird that it's the first podcast back, but I have nothing like that prepared. We can
But you can talk about what you liked last year. You have to have some anime that
yeah, but my
I'm
brain's
sure we
not
have some that
working.
overlap.
Sure, let's talk about so I think we both watched last year. We both watched Interview with Monsters Girls.
Yes. Oh, so cute and charming.
I think it was very cute. I think that I think they played up the and I think I don't know. Let's define what Interview with Monster Girls actually is. It's I guess it takes place in a world where vampires and what was the three girls? One was a vampire. One was a
Dullahan,
Esper, right? And one was
a
Abdullahan.
Dullahan, and Snow Girl. There's a succubus who's the other teacher,
The
and
succubus. Wasn't there? No, there was no psychic. That was I'm
no,
thinking of Haruhi. Um, and then just so happens that this like biology teacher who's starting at this high school wrote his college dissertation on
demi-humans or demi-chans as they're called in the show.
well yeah because they're young girls
No,
demi-humans and
demi-chan is the term that they all go by, even when they're like older. Like they just got tired of being called like demi-human.
well I think isn't that exclusive just to the group. Well
I've
anyway
read both
so
the manga and watched the anime, so I'm
okay
really
so
big on the
you
show.
would know better than me. So but it turned out it turned into every episode the demi chans would go to the teacher and be like, hey, I have this problem, and then they kind of just talk it over, and then everyone has
But
a crush on the teacher.
yeah, but it's like so. The crush they have is that schoolgirl crush where it's never like really over the top and feels like creepy or out of place.
No,
Um,
I don't think it ever goes to a creepy place.
like that's the one thing I like about this show is it's just cute and charming. Like the girls are never like, "Oh, let me try to show off all I can to get the teacher's attention," like most anime would be, or the teacher's being that creepy guy that is trying to peep on the girls. But no, he's like legit gives a shit, doesn't want to like upset or hurt them. He wants them to do well. The only one that's like trying to get his attention is the other teacher, but it's two adults. Like, and usually hers is just comic relief because she's a succubus who doesn't like using her powers and tries to keep it in in check.
Well, yeah, and
Eh,
so I mean the actual like characterizations of each of the girls and their powers I think is very well done. There's um the vampire, she doesn't have to go around like creating ghouls.
yeah.
She gets blood from the government. Is that how it
Yes.
actually works? Yeah,
Yes.
so she gets blood from the government so she doesn't have to go out
And
and
she drinks tomato juice when she doesn't have blood. It's does enough that she
yeah, which
doesn't
is
always have to have blood.
more like the Marceline just
Yeah.
drinks things that are red trope than
Yeah.
I'm not sure how tomato juice satiates her, but
And honestly, the only one of the girls that really crushes on him is the Dullahan.
yeah, but I think she could mostly. I think they play that up because she's also the most awkward
Mhm.
of them
But
all.
I like that a lot of episodes show like issues with other students and that gets worked out. Like it's a very cute take on being a minority in a school.
Yeah, and it also it gets to a heartwarming place because it starts off and each of these girls is kind of like alone, right? And
Yeah.
they dealt with their own middle school or elementary school experiences like as the only demi-human
Yep.
in those situations, and because the teacher enables them to find each other and
Yeah.
to get together, and it's good. But uh, the one thing I think that sets it apart is that while it does have a bunch of cute high school girls who are crushing on the teacher, like
Yeah.
that never becomes the focus of the show. That is always played up as innocent, and the show actually does feature like an adult relationship between two
Yeah.
adults, which I think I've actually seen more anime present an adult relationship between two adults.
I think it's because like the Moe thing's starting to get out of hand. People are trying to be a little different. And it would be easy just to sexualize these girls in that cute Moe way if they really wanted to. But honestly, they just kept it like it is in the manga. Some things are out of order, but for the most part the anime does a really good job and I love the animation in the show.
Yeah, actually, it's actually not even moe, or it's more
Yeah.
of a it's I mean classic anime style, but a
Yeah.
um little slant.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean there's no like tropey characters. There's not a tsundere, there's not all that shit.
well, yeah, I mean, there's a character who walks around with no head,
Yeah.
so I don't know how tropey you can actually get with that going
Yeah.
on.
True. Well, she has a head. It's just not attached.
Yeah, so I think a lot of and I don't know, again, that didn't prepare to talk about it. But what was the adult teacher's name? Do you know it?
Oh, I can't remember now.
Yeah, so she is the succubus, and a lot of like the most interesting parts of the show were around her characterization. Um, Even apart from the monster girls, what the show was named after. Like I found it really interesting how she avoided using her powers.
Yeah.
She
Saki is
dressed
the
all.
succubus.
What was her name?
Saki.
Saki. And she came to school dressed all like in frumpy clothes. She actually like she lived like literally like an hour and a half away from the school in like the middle of the woods, so she's not around other people because she has that much of a profound effect.
Yeah.
And one of the things, like, she's attracted to the main character, the teacher, this biology teacher, because I think the main reason is that he is kind to the students and seems like a caring
Yeah.
person, but also he appears to be non unaffected by her succubusness.
When he actually is just holding back to not make it a big deal, which is always the kind of the running joke. Like they'll touch, and she's like, "He really doesn't feel anything," and he's like, "Oh my god!"
Well, yeah, and then the swimsuit episode, of course, where
She gets stuck zipping it back up. It's so funny.
yeah, and he doesn't even want to be there with her in the swimsuit, but he gets trapped in that situation and he can barely tolerate it. I think they do a lot of interesting stuff with that show. I think it's worth watching. I think that
Yeah, I think the big thing though, like going back to the like that whole sexualization thing, even when it comes to the girls like showing interest in him, he doesn't see them that way so much that he doesn't notice it. Like when it's happening, he's kind of just
he doesn't.
oblivious
I
to
think
it.
he doesn't draw attention to
Or
it. I
he'll
think he
catch it,
definitely
or he'll
knows.
catch it when it gets awkward and be like, "Oh crap!" But he's not like seeking it out, and I think
Yeah,
that's a big thing in this show.
the fact that he does ignore it or it
Yeah,
doesn't phase him is
yeah.
important. Um,
So did you watch anything else?
oh, I
This
watched. So I think the best show I watched last year was Sakura Quest.
okay?
Did you watch any of Sakura Quest?
I did not. That
I
wasn't
think I
my favorite show last year.
I think I think I already talked to you about Sakura Quest, didn't I?
Mm-mm,
I did.
I don't think so. Did you talk
Sakura
to me about
Quest,
it at Otakon?
I may have, or,
Okay.
or in the Discord or something like that. But Sakura
Well,
Quest,
you and Matthew talked about it probably because Matthew was the one who watched it.
okay. Um, it's a PA Works show, right?
Hmm.
And I think that I think we shared a lot of like what is good, a lot of PA shows in common. But I think like Hanasaki Iroha, you never finished.
No, I got through half of it and I just got kind of bored.
And I think there was another show that I really liked that you didn't get through. Oh, actually, no. It came out. It came out. I should speak. I'm just going to read PA. Angel Beats was PA Works, but the one that I
Yes,
thought.
Angel Beats. Oh, crying already. Now thinking about it, I'm about to tear up.
Yeah, it came out. I mean, it aired between October 2014 and March 2015. Is Shirobako?
Okay.
Did you watch Shirobako?
Nope. Nope.
I think if we were gonna do like an anime that we both watch, like I would like to watch. I have wanted to watch Shirobako again since seeing it the first time. It's an extremely good show, and I think you would like it because it is not cute girls doing cute things. It is like adult women going out into the workforce, and they give you like a near accurate reflection of what the anime industry is like. It's like anime runner Kuromi,
Hmm.
except more realistic and brutal.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, so I don't mind cute girls doing cute things.
No, I know.
I mean, I just don't like the ones that feel like there's really nothing interesting going on. Like,
Yeah, no,
I guess that's my problem with Love Live. I just like feel like okay.
yeah, no. That I mean, K-On! Perfected that genre, and then everything that came after felt like a cheap imitation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
There
problem with
was
that.
one of my favorite shows last year was kind of cute girls doing cute things though. It
Um,
wasn't, but there is a male character.
oh, so that makes it different. There's male characters in Can, like that one guy, Bill.
I don't think there
You
is.
remember Bill?
Oh no, the one brother is in there.
There is one brother. Yeah, you're right. So
Riku's brother.
Sakura Quest is kind of it's like Hanasaka Iroha and Shirobako, but like I think Hanasaka Iroha was more about adolescence. Um, Shirobako is more like adults, and
Yeah.
Sakura Quest is. Matt in the chat confirmed that there is
Yeah.
one brother.
Yeah,
There's
it's
one male
Riku's brother,
character.
I think.
Yeah,
I believe it's Riku's.
because he I think he shows up during like one of the
They go to visit the house and he's
sleepovers.
there,
Yeah,
yeah.
and he gets awkward. That is yeah. Back. So what? So it's So what it is so this it's about this let's say like 22-year-old girl, and she is
Oh,
living in
James, what's up? Sorry.
Tokyo.
Oh my god.
I know you're showing up right when we're starting to talk about anime. This, yes, this is happening.
We back?
So, yeah, it's about God, I'm sorry, the names, uh, Yoshino, and she she's a model in Tokyo, but she's not making a lot of money, right? And she's from the country, and she desperately wants to stay in Tokyo after she finishes school. So she joins this modeling agency, and ironically, the modeling agency gives her a job to go into the country to live for a year to be their kind of quote queen, but it's like a figurehead for their travel industry.
Okay.
And so she's, first two episodes, she's absolutely miserable. She's just looking for a way out. But then once she realizes that there's no way out, she really leans into it hard. And she, using kind of people who live locally, she forms this group of five girls who together, like, try as hard as they can to increase the increased tourist travel to this small town. And every episode is them coming up with interesting ideas and dealing with problems that they're facing. There is a subplot towards the end of actually a main plot towards the end of the show where, there's a lot of elderly people who live in the outskirts of this town who, you rely on the town's one bus to get back and forth to places they need to go. They don't have transportation of their own. And so one of their initiatives is they go around to all the old people and they give them tablet computers and they teach them how to use them. And the old people like start their own YouTube channels and
Download porn.
video chat. Yeah, they know that is in there. Especially one of the old perverted guys, downloads a lot of pornography. But it's a heartwarming show that's definitely I think PA Works shows try to capture like a realistic vision of what they're envisioning, like with Shirobako, but I think they're also very much in the propaganda business. So Shirobako, where it did like show like, oh, working in the anime industry is harsh, but you know at the end of the day you feel very accomplished working in the anime industry. Sakura Quest is very similar, where it's just like, the countryside is not Tokyo. It doesn't have the fashion. It doesn't have all this stuff that you want in the city. But hey, if you actually move there and you have initiative and you have drive, then you could open up your own super fashionable store. You can open up your own cafe. You can make the Japanese countryside whatever you envision it to be, and that's the mindset that the whole show goes through. And I think it frames these like it's all very bittersweet, because at the end of the show it comes to the conclusion, like, you know what, like these places that have existed for hundreds of years and have these deep cultures and these unique festivals, they are going to go away. Like, we cannot stop that, but we can celebrate what makes them special before they do go away, and we can try to cause them to go away slower than they otherwise would, by trying to live here and do our best to make it a thriving community. It's a very good show, but I think you have to like that PA work style to get it. But if
I
this
don't
is
know
your
if I'd
first PA
like it.
work show, go for it. I mean, if you couldn't get through Hanasaki, I think this is a much better show than Hanasaki
Yeah.
Iroha. And I think it's a slightly worse show than Surabako.
So,
Surabako is the best one.
did you not watch Dragon Maid?
Interesting that you say that. No, I did not watch Dragon's Maid.
What?
I
That
I have it on my Crunchyroll queue, and I
so
keep looking at it, but I haven't
Dragon
actually
Maid
dived in.
is the first KyoAni show since Nichijou where I'm like, you need to watch this show. Like, it's the first KyoAni show in a long time where I'm like, you have to watch this show. It's
Okay,
that good.
so sell it to me.
Okay, so basically, Dragon Maid is about. Let me bring up the information for all the names and stuff because I'm not gonna remember everything. Um, so it's Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, the full title. I started off with the manga, just like one volume came out here before the anime kicked off. But Kobayashi winds up drunk, meets a dragon that's injured, says basically, "Why don't you come live with me as a maid?" And the dragon does. So the dragon is in love with Kobayashi, basically has a form. And what happens is, as she's learning to become a maid to Kobayashi and trying to like have both of them fall in love, other dragons start popping up, and they're all outside of Toru. A lot of them turn out to be actual like dragons from lore,
Mm-hmm.
like Quetzalcoatl and Fafnir both show up. Now they could be male or female. Fafnir's male, Quetzalcoatl's a female,
Mm-hmm.
and the animation's interesting enough that it doesn't look like typical KyoAni. You wouldn't go into the show and be like, "Oh shit, this is just another KyoAni show." So they bring on the style from the manga very well. Sure, there's like the sexist romantic, or not sexist, but like sexual romantic stuff with the one dragon, Toru, always trying. But honestly, like it's kind of like this thing where she's learning how humans are, and all the dragons are starting to like acclimate to human society. The best one being is probably Kana. She took on the the big fan base, the cute little dragon. Like she even wants to go to like school. Like she wants to go to elementary school because she sees the kids. Um, I mean, it's slice of life. It's very slice of life, but it's so well done. Um, they just came out with the 14th episode or the OVA episode, which is really good. But I just recommend it for somebody who likes what KyoAni does, but got tired of the same old shit from them.
Okay.
It's so, as we know, a lot of KyoAni shows, the ones that are made by them and like brought, basically created by them, tend to always be the same style. But it's always when they take another person's property is when I feel like they really shine.
Yeah, like
Nichijou,
Haruhi.
Nichijou was great.
Yeah.
K-On! Is probably the K-On! I don't think the manga was first, was it, or was it second?
It was a light novel first, wasn't it? Or no, it was a manga. It was but it wasn't. I don't think it was 4 panel, but it was like shorter than
Yeah.
standard size.
But every time they've taken on something from somebody else, it turns out really good.
Do they have any? Actually, when you say that, do they have any original works?
Mhm. Yeah, like the Amagami Park and I think Beyond the Boundaries original for them.
Oh, I didn't even watch any
Uh,
of those.
what's the other one that I watched? It's the one where the girl's dad makes the mochi. I can't remember the name of it.
Girl's dad makes the mochi. That doesn't help me at
Her
all.
family makes mochi. I can't remember what it fucking is, but KyoAni. So this is one of those where they pull in a license and they
Oh,
do it so well.
shit. I didn't like that show.
I
What was
like
it called?
I like the mochi one. I just can't remember.
We actually had a whole episode about that. We had Ed Sizemore on.
Yeah, I like that show. It was called Tamako Market.
Yes. No, it wasn't Clannad. No, Matt. You get
So
your Clannad.
Tamako Market was an original story from the team who worked on K-On!
Okay.
Love, Chinibo, and Delusions was light novels. That was a good show.
That was an okay show.
I
It
didn't
got
watch the sequel, but
characters were a bit
yeah, Beyond
annoying.
the Boundary was also light novels.
We also did a show about that one.
Amagami Park, yeah, I guess a lot of them are light novels for them. But even then, some of the light novels just weren't that good. Like I just got kind of bored. Like when they all started looking the same, it was hard to like care.
I think I will say I will watch Dragon Maid before the next episode that we do.
Yeah, it's really good. But I don't think we probably overlapped on any other shows at that point.
Yeah, this
'Cause
let's see
I
what
could go
else.
down the list, and the only one I really want to talk about, I'll say last. So I watched Aromaga Sensei.
I didn't watch it. Didn't watch that one.
That is basically, I call it almost a retelling of Oremo. Same studio, similar brother sister, except they're like step brother and sister. They're not. Both parents died.
They're trying to capture
They're
that
living
that
together,
lightning in a bottle again.
and I actually liked it better than the Oremo anime. I thought the Oremo anime was kind of bad compared to the manga.
Hmm.
Um, the other one I watched was uh Sure Dure Children. A bunch of it was 12-minute episodes, a bunch of shorts about various high school relationships. Really
Okay.
cute, really well done for the most part. There's only one of the relationships I didn't like throughout the shows. A lot of comedy for the most part. Before talk about the one I really want to discuss, Centaur's Life, I do want to mention. If anybody wants to see a slice of life show that brings in like politics,
That sounds like the opposite
social,
of slice of life.
so social issues and stuff, and like a show with like I'll say quote unquote cute girls.
Hmm.
So even in the manga, like yeah, they're cute and they kind of have like this moe feel to them. The show is like this mixture of like that lighthearted slice of life and like deeper rooted issues because they're all monster girls, but not all of them are treated the same. And if you happen to even in school say something wrong about another species, you could get in a lot of trouble.
Really.
Like so it's really like there's this like deep social issues with all this and like they're no humans. Everybody's a monster, girl or guy, I should say. It's I gave it like a 3.5 out of 5. It wasn't like this great show, but it's like a show I'd put on the background and just let play while I was doing other things.
Okay.
Um, but even like the manga, like if you're not looking for the social issues, it'll probably bore the hell out of you pretty quick. Because it seems like it's going to be funny, like a lot of laughter. And honestly, it's not. It's just you're watching slice of life in like almost its purest form. Because it's not slice of life with a lot of like punchlines. There are some funny moments, but it's kind of like almost the way life goes. Yeah, there's some funny moments and there's some not so funny moments.
Like
So,
politics.
and they got a lot of deeper issues there. Like one girl comes in that's like from this like she's like basically like this lizard or snake woman, and they know so little about them. They're all like kind of nervous at first, and she ends up in like the main group. But like even things will happen, and they're like, no, you can't say that about her because like we'll all get in trouble. Like it's just really it's really well done overall for anybody looking for a show that they wouldn't expect to be about social issues. That show surprisingly does it without feeling like overbearing. Not every single episode or every part of an episode will be social issues, but they pop up enough where you're like, wow, they're trying to talk about something behind the scenes without pushing it so on to people they'll never watch.
That one. What was the name of that one?
A Centaur's Life. Brittany's like looking into my soul. When she looked over, it felt like she was like staring right at the camera. I'm like, ah. But so the show I really want to talk about is Aho Girl,
Okay.
which is basically Idiot Girl. So I watched the first episode of this 12-minute, one of those 12-minute shorts. Oh wait, before I mention that, there is a sequel to Irresponsible Captain Tyler. Don't ever fucking watch it. I'm not
Bad.
even gonna name it. It's like a 3-minute short series. I watched the first episode and said, "Fuck you! You just fucking ruined the legacy of Tyler."
Oh no.
It's like his son or something. It's awful. I couldn't. I was like, "What the fuck?" Matt's could probably say something in the chat too. But anyway, Aho Girl. I watched the first 12-minute episode, and I thought it was one of the worst animes I'd ever seen. So
Okay.
I was like, "This is so stupid. Like, she is so stupid." Um, and then I watched the second episode, and I laughed my ass off. So the one thing I realized with Aho Girl going after watching one episode, it is so fast paced with its punchlines and everything just keeps going and going and going. Like there's no like punchline downtime. Nope, we're moving right back right into the next stupid punchline, and then the next stupid punchline. Like it's like anime like it's like the 4 coma on crack. And by the second episode, I was laughing my ass off because I understood the pacing at that point, and the show was so good. Like, it's not for everybody. It is dumb. It is perverted. It is kind of violent because, like, her one friend that she grew up with will punch the shit out of her, and he doesn't care because she pisses him off. And she's so stupid, she jumps right back up and keeps going, and she loves bananas. It's crazy. But there's some things they do in that show every once in a while where they change the animation style to show something. Like this one where she finds out that a group was talking about banana smoothie or something being terrible, and she's like, "I'm going to go kick their ass," and it's like this like totally different style of animation. It's darker. It gets like where there's actual quality to it. It's kind of interesting in how they do it, and I love that show by the end. I will say I read the manga and I have it the manga because of how fast paced I've seen the anime be. The manga with the panels just doesn't hold up the same way.
Mm.
It's kind of a tough read because you're like switching boxes. I'm like, no, I just kind of want it to hit, and that's what the anime does. Unlike where the anime of Azumanga Daioh was awful and the manga was amazing, the manga here is kind of bad, and the anime just turned out to be amazing once I understood the pacing of it. And I would watch it all over again.
Is there anything you can compare it to that I know? Is it like a
It no,
no?
it's so stupid.
It's just
Like
stupid.
it is dumb and hilarious. Like it is dumb and hilarious. It was in my top 5 last
Okay.
year. Like the Azu anime is awful. Like I will diss that forever because I read the manga and then watched the anime and I was like, why would anybody watch this? When the manga does the pacing so much better than the anime.
Both are great, is what I'm hearing, and I'm gonna believe him. Um. So what else did I watch last year? And so I think I recently finished Land of the Lustrous, but I think
What is it?
Land of the Lustrous.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna hold. I think I'm gonna hold off on that one. Maybe I'll talk about that one next time because I'm still kind of processing, and I actually might have a real review that I will put up to say like, hey, the blog is back, and this is text on.
Yeah.
But I will talk about Kino's journey.
Wait, isn't that old?
No, they had new Kino's journey 2 seasons ago.
Is it a reboot or a sequel?
I was hoping it was excuse me. I was hoping it was a sequel. However, it is a reboot.
Okay. I never saw the original. I think I might own it on DVD though, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. So what I can say like quickly, and I was like Twitter ranting while I was doing this. So I watched the original, or I watched the new one all the way through, and I got to the end, and I was like, okay. And then I watched the original again, and I did that. It took me like 2 days, and I just ran through it. And the original is so very much better
Yeah.
than this new reboot. And it's hard to quantify until you yes, the new one lacks the heart. Yeah, James, the new one lacks the heart of the old one. It goes beyond that. So like the new one, it's a lot more CG. They focus on one of the secondary characters a lot more in order. I think it was to diversify the story, so it's not just about Kino. And they throw in some weird choices for the story because the point of Kino's journey is it is Kino goes to a new place, right? She spends he Kino spends. I don't want to get the pronouns wrong, but Kino spends 3 days in a country, kind of examines it, and then leaves. So every episode, or Kino walks into a new situation, and you kind of get very quickly like, okay, what's this people's deal? What's their history? What is their story? And each little story is gives you like a little philosophical moment or a little take on an aspect of humanity. It is something to really think about. And what the new series did more than the old series is they kind of focused on they didn't really focus more on what was thought provoking, and they kind of favored more of they did a little more action and a little more flash, and there was a bunch of moments that were like you can tell were like, oh, this is supposed to be thought provoking, but it just didn't hit the highs of the original, and I don't think there's anything wrong with the remake. I think if the remake was the only Kino's Journey you ever saw, I think you would come away and saying like that was a pretty good anime that had some profound moments in it. Because there are some episodes that aren't in the original show that are exclusive to the new show that are actually very good, and they do deliver on this like, okay, here's a story. It's presenting these characters in this way, and now at the end of it, I'm leaving with kind of something to think about. Like there's a couple
Yeah.
episodes that do that. There's a couple episodes that go into the I want to say like they're remakes of the original, and they do them not as well. Um, Almost every single time. I think
Yeah.
with the only exception is that there is one episode where Kino remembers the best country that she ever went to, and in that episode, like the original and the new one, they're almost like shot for shot remakes. Um, Except I think that the new one is better only because they have kind of they have they can play with the animation a little more. So the
Yeah.
original Kinos is hand drawn animation, and they're kind of limited. They're limited in what they can do. So the new episode, there's kind of this is huge moment that's surprising, and it is a it is something violent, and just the fact that they can animate it better, I think makes that twist more impactful in the new one. Um, but it's things like watching them one after another. Uh, it made me like the old one more, and it made me realize what was special about it. Because if you taking a look at the first episode of each one, it's just like, okay, this is how they introduce Kino, and the old one it's done much better and much smoother. Um, you can tell that like the director of the original Kino's Journey, who was also the director of Serial Experiments Lane, was just a better director just overall, because what he used. I don't. Have you seen Serial Experiments Lane? That is of your generation.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I've seen that. I saw
so
that back when I was in the Air Force.
yeah, so like Serial Experiments Lane, he he uses a bunch of interesting camera angles and focuses on a bunch of different stuff, like you know Kino stays at a hotel, and when she's leaving the next day, um, instead of having the camera follow Kino across to get on the motorcycle, it instead focuses on the reflection in the water, which ties back narratively, and yeah, it's just a more experienced, more technical director did the
Yeah.
original one. It's also just the aesthetic is better, just because I very much prefer hand drawn to what is much more kind of CGI aided hand drawn animation.
Yeah, my only problem is when the 3D CG starts coming into play. I get so annoyed with that.
Yeah, that's why I like. That's why I like. I want to talk about Land of the Illustrious, but I want to do it justice because Land of the Illustrious is 3D. It is CGI.
The whole show is 3D.
The whole show is CGI. I mean, it
I
is
will
in the
never watch that
anime.
show.
It is in the anime style, and it is the um. It's not done like, and I'm not going to be able to pull the studio, but the studio that did the oh god, what is that Netflix show with the mechs?
Oh no.
Oh, I used to be better. I used to be better at this. Oh, somebody in the chat, please.
I'm surprised if it's Max. Matt might know. I do. Once we're done with the shows we watched, I want to talk about one show I dropped. Oh god.
Yeah, thank you, Sidonia. Knights of Sidonia. Thank you, both of you.
I didn't know that was a mech show because I was thinking of that show, but I didn't know it was mechs.
Yeah, so Knights of Sidonia, like that is almost like completely um a computer generated animation show, and that show looks okay. Like the action's really good, and one thing that works to its benefit is that in the original manga, or I think it's a light novel, but whatever the original source material, like part of the plot
I
is
know there's a manga to it.
a lot of the characters are clones. In the anime, using the computer generated animation, they just kind of like can make a bunch of the characters look exactly the same.
Oh, okay.
And that is to its benefit because it's less work on the animators. But actually, like the backgrounds in that show, which they live on a giant ship, but like it's so massive that it looks like they're just like living in like uh like a classical European city almost. So like the backgrounds of it look really good and the action's really good. So if you take like something like Knights of Sidonia and it's just like, okay, this looks okay, it's definitely watchable. Land of the Illustrious is one step up, and then just in general, and then when you actually see like what they do with the action sequences and what they do with the main feature of that show, which is that there are jewels,
Yeah.
and when the jewels get injured, they crack, just the CG allows them, and their hair is also of the jewel.
When my jewels get injured, they crack too.
So just like it's the effect of the characters like physically like cracking
Yeah.
is so like visceral and upsetting, and they couldn't do that in regular hand drawn animation. Like it has to be CGI because
Yeah.
and when you see when you watch the show, like when I started watching the show, I was like, okay, this looks a bit weird, and then they showed a quick action scene. It was like, okay, this is cool. And then when the first time a character cracked, it was just like I like I'm upset because now that character is like broken forever. But it all like I also am so in love with the effect that you just did that I want to see more of this. And actually, the like characters are like shattered and recompiled over and over again, and it's just like it's one of my favorite effects in anime, modern anime now is in that show. But again, I want to do that show justice. I'll talk about it in more detail. But you were saying,
So I was watching a lot like the first half of the year, and there's a show called Gamers that was an interesting
and game
like
is an anime.
yeah, Gamers. It was basically I guess they're based off of the actual store. But it has
Oh,
nothing to
okay.
do with
So
like this. It had nothing to do with the actual store though. Like it wasn't like hey, it took place in a school.
the game, I mean, the store featured prominently in the classic webcomic Mega Tokyo.
Yeah. Um, so
Really, you're not going to make fun of me for
no, because I have like the autograph of the guy and a bunch of other stuff.
that? Oh, Piro, you were a weeaboo before I knew what that was.
So it starts off interesting enough. The animation is not moe at all. Like you wouldn't look at the characters and go, "God damn, they're moe." Like it's a different style of animation. You see it, but you don't see it often of what the
Yep.
characters look like. And it starts off decent enough. Quirky dude just likes to play games alone. You've got this little beautiful rich girl that likes to play games, but nobody knows. She has a club that she wants to get him in. She actually starts to like him. Of course, he's oblivious to it, but he plays with somebody else he likes who turns out to be another girl in the school who hates him. They butt heads because they have different views on games. And there's another guy who used to be a gamer and is now like the bad boy of the school, but is like trying to help this guy out with the rich girl. And all this is fine. Like it was like okay, everything was going well, and then like I want to say episode 3 or 4, it started taking that trope of anime where everything turned into a misunderstanding
Oh,
amongst
okay.
the relationships, which isn't bad. Normally, it's like you have a misunderstanding. That's what the episode is. Not this anime. Misunderstanding, to misunderstanding, to misunderstanding,
Yeah.
to and I was like, I fucking can't anymore. And even when it hit in I think episode 6, like this huge freaking plot line of just a twist or something crazy happened, I was like, I don't care.
Yeah, I
Because
think
I know
the
you're gonna
whole
spend another 6 episodes doing misunderstandings, and I don't want to fucking watch it anymore.
if your whole show is based on this on that like it's a bad plot device, right? Because like the whole time you're watching that, it's like, oh well, this would be solved if you just talk to each other for 30 seconds, and
Yeah,
then
and
then
I
we can move
understand
on
it
with our
happens
lives.
every once in a while, but it was happening like 3 or 4 times an episode to the point where I was like, "Dude, this is dumb. I can't put up with it." Like it was got on my nerves. Like I was like, and a couple people I had talked to about it had agreed with me. They were like, "Yeah, it was good," and then it just went downhill.
So I think that the I think the classic example of this, and I think it's a show that you actively dislike that I liked at the time, but if I watched it again, I may like be mad
Yeah.
at it. Kimi ni Todoke.
Okay.
Have you seen Kimi ni Todoke?
I don't believe I have.
Okay, so that is a show where
Oh, I've read some of that.
yeah, from me to you, I think is the
Wait, am I thinking of the right thing? I don't think I am.
so yeah, it's about Sawako, who is a
Oh,
very
yeah. So I have that on DVD. I have
yeah
the first 2 volumes.
people she's super shy and yes, it is the Bizom. It is a good show, but the whole premise. So, she's she. I mean, she's animated as a cute girl, but there's like this. It's like a weird trope in Japanese fiction, like
Yeah.
where like she has like almost the hair and the look of the ring girl.
Yeah, yeah.
So her classmates have like through elementary school and middle school like grew up like afraid of her, and then like the most popular guy in class like starts to like hit on her, and she doesn't know how to process this and just thinks that, and throughout the whole show she thinks that he is being nice to her because he's just a nice guy, and yeah, it comes to that same point
So,
where like
but
this is infuriating.
that's okay in the terms of so I can deal with that because it's somebody who's awkward and doesn't understand it. This show was like every relationship was getting turned around because of misunderstandings. Like it just got to the point where it's like every relationship is just torn apart because you want to have everybody misunderstand everybody. And I was like, this is dumb. Like that was my problem with gamers. Like everybody was misunderstanding everybody.
Yeah,
It
they
was
just they,
bad.
they didn't. I mean, that what that tells me is they didn't have a story. They had a bunch of characters
Yeah.
who they wanted to slap on some character goods, and then they
I thought you were trying to talk about Kodomo no G-Con at first.
Kenobi no G-Con. Like I know the name of that show. Is that the one where the elementary school teacher is in an active relationship with one of his students? Is that the show that you're referring to that you were
I
able to
think you
just
have that
name rapidly?
wrong, where it's where the student is actively trying to pursue the teacher.
No, that's Interview with Monster Girls. We already talked about that.
No,
No.
that's Kodomo no Jikan is the girl is in a messed up home and she's actively trying to seduce her teacher.
Hey, Michael. I want to blow your mind.
Mm,
We just talked about anime for like 45 minutes, and we did. I think
I
we did a
know.
pretty good job at it.
And I just want to mention one more thing
Oh, you want to
because I
mention one more
probably
thing?
won't do it for a whole show. Well, actually, no. I'll save it for when the next light novel comes out.
Okay.
But I do want to talk about the Monogatari light novels.
Okay. So Monogatari is. I really liked the original,
You watched the
which was
anime?
Baka Monogatari.
Yes, you watched the anime.
I watched the anime, but I
So,
actually didn't follow up with any of the future, every the ones after that.
so here's the thing. Read all the light novels through Nisei Monogatari, and then I watched Baka Monogatari. I loved. I mean, it's Shinbo, right? That does it, I believe, for the animation. The director.
Oh, it's
It's Shinbo.
Shimbo.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shimbo,
So
something Shimbo.
direction is
Yeah,
great. The one problem I have with watching the anime, as much as I love the anime, you still get some of that banter and the conversations. It is nothing like the light novels. The light novels is just pure banter and conversations, like almost nonstop, and that is where the light novels shine. I can't wait to discuss this because it is so good.
yeah, I mean that I remember that from the anime, and it's something that's really hard to translate to a visual medium.
It's hard to trade to just English in these books, and I'll tell you
Yeah,
right now, they have done a great job translating that because I read those books and I was flying through them because I was like, God, I want to read more. I'm waiting for the next one to come out. I think it's next month.
yeah. I mean, Tatami Galaxy. I also think of that one. Like
Yeah.
the subtitles are moving so fast. It's something that should have been read right in like
Yeah.
at your own pace, and then in Tatami Galaxy, the subtitles move so fast that it's almost unenjoyable
Yeah.
to watch.
So Nisio Isin is the author of the light novels, and I've been going through like all his stuff now. A lot of his light novels. I've read all the Monogatari that's translated. There's another series he has. I'm trying to find the name of it because I have it downstairs. God, I'm trying to remember what the fucking name was. But it's also really good. The only one I didn't like of his was Juni Tyson. It's basically like this battle between the
I
12
don't know that.
Zodiac.
Oh, I think they also made that into an anime, didn't they?
I don't know, but God. So the problem with the book, and I'm gonna say this is a spoiler, but you'll
Okay.
probably recognize it within 3-4 chapters of how it happens.
Okay.
The chapter will start off with the name of one of the Zodiac characters, and they're dead by the end of that chapter. So by the sixth or seventh chapter, I'm like, okay, now this person dies. Now this person dies. I'm like, I go into the chapter going, oh, so I'm just gonna read this and find out
Hmm.
how they died, and I just got bored. Like I was like, this is kind of stupid. I just didn't like that at all.
So
There was
just
no
repetitive.
mystery to it. Yeah, I'm
That's
trying
too
to remember
bad.
what his other book was. I need to go to Goodreads. It's such a good book.
Yeah, I think that the one thing that we can promise is that next time we get together to talk about anime, we will be prepared to talk about. Like, I, I threw this together last minute just because, like, I think we talked about it a couple times that we were going to do this, and then
Yeah.
I finally said, "Fuck it, we're just going to do it." So I think next time we'll come and we
Okay.
won't be stumbling around for the names of the things we're trying to talk
Yeah.
about.
Like
That's
my
I can
problem is, yeah.
promise.
Well, I didn't expect to go talk about his other book, but it's Zarigoto series. I read the first book of that, which is a murder mystery that's really well done. Like Nisio Isin is just so good with like his writing and his conversations. Like I enjoy how he writes conversations, especially the Monogatari stuff. Like it's so good.
Okay. So I think we'll get together off podcast and we'll talk about what the schedule is going to be, and then we'll post it on Twitter. I think this should go up in a couple days. And Michael, it's been this feels
I thought we were going to talk about my
right.
streaming.
We were, but we ran out of time now.
It's not happening as often as I'd like, anyway.
So we can talk about that as the opening bit next week. Our failing
next week.
streaming, or well, next time, 2 weeks
Like
or a month. We'll see. We'll
month.
talk about it. Anyways, I still have to take on call shifts, so it's just tough. But
Yeah.
we'll arrange something, and
I'm not saying it has to be like exactly a month, but
yeah, no, 3 weeks, we'll figure it out.
yeah.
All right, Michael. So, how did we used to end these?
We talk about how you could find us and things we were doing.
Oh shit! Yeah, we would do that. Hey, you can find Mike. Where can people find you on the internet?
So you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch,
And you might want to
as G
say
Nitro.
the names of the things that people type into the internet to locate those things.
I'm sure they can Google. There's a
But
site
Google
called
what?
Let Me
What do they
Google
have to
that for
Google?
you. I can type that out if you want.
G dash Nitro, is that what they would put in there?
G Nitro for most of those. G dash Nitro. Most of these sites don't like that dash, so most of them just have G Nitro.
That's a
But you can
Linux thing.
check if you want an easier link. Go to g-nitro.com. That's my website. I do a weekly K-pop post, a weekend review every week. Those are guaranteed to happen every week. Since 2017 ended not so long ago, I do recommend going on there and checking out on my top posts of the year. I have my favorite anime that we talked about, but I also have my top 10 games, top 100 K-pop music videos of last year, 5 different posts. If you go to the last post, 20 to 1, there is a full playlist of all 100 songs. It's not G Nitro MWS on Twitch anymore. It's G Nitro now. I took my name back. Twitch finally released the Justin TV names that I have not been able to change.
Oh, good. I can get my original name back now.
I also talk about my favorite things from last year. Like one thing we didn't talk about that we were gonna do and we never did, which was the Switch.
No,
Um,
we'll get into the Switch. We'll get into
oh,
the Switch.
oh my God. Yeah, so I had a lot of fun with what happened last year. You can also check out my year in beer, stuff like that. My favorite music albums that aren't K-pop. Um, by the way, check out Poppy's album if you want to hear the American Kyari Pamu Pamu. It's basically what she is.
All right. As always, I think that there are links to almost everywhere you can find me on the internet at scottsbeziani.com. It goes to my Tumblr, but on my Tumblr is just like links to Twitter, which is at scottsbeziani. My Instagram, all that stuff is there. You can go to otakuinreview.com, where the last thing there is my review of Your Name, which I posted last April. Ideally, there's going to be new writing there very close to when this podcast goes out, because I want to start doing that again. And I guess if you wanted to, you can watch me stream on Twitch at Gundam Pilot Spaz. Because I just yesterday started playing Mass Effect 3 for the first time, and I'm streaming that on Twitch.
Nice.
I don't know why I'm streaming it yet, but I guess we'll talk about.
Just don't play Andromeda and you'll be happy.
Yeah, I that's why I chose 3. So
Andromeda, what was it? Real quick, it was Andromeda and Agents of Mayhem were my 2 most disappointing games. I couldn't come up with one, so they tied.
I didn't even know what Agents of
Agents of
Mayhem
Mayhem was done by the Saints Row team, and you know my fandom for them, and that was awful.
Okay, I think this is where I say is we'll see you next time. And we'll see you at the indeterminate time that we have not chosen yet.
Peace.
Peace. All right, don't stop Audacity yet. Did you stop it?
Yes.
Did you really?
No.
Okay.
Do I have to clap to stop it?
No, but I before, so I don't have to clap again. Let's do the intro really quick.
Okay. Oh God, I don't remember what we used to say.
Do you want to just run into it?
I used to say it. I'm G Nitro of the OtakuGamer.com. Now it's just I'm G Nitro of G-Nitro.com.
You could say that. You could say just I'm G-Nitro.com.
Yeah.
All right, you ready? Oh, what are we calling this? We're
Uh,
back.
bitch, be humble.
Turn of the tide. How about Turn of the Tide?
Turn of the
That's
tide.
a
That's
literary
awful.
reference. So you should appreciate that.
That's awful.
It's a literary reference.
Anime's important again.
Yeah, but that's not true.
Hey, we're better than Love Live.
Uh,
We'll say better than Love Live.
no. Survivors of no. We're back. A
Mass
dinosaur
text
tale.
booty call.
That has nothing to do with anything we
It's
talked
just
about.
the song I was looking at. um, are we still live? Fuck. Make
We are.
Otaku podcasting great again. No, I refuse.
I kind of like that one.
We could just say make podcasting great again.
No, I
Or
think just we're.
make anime great again.
I'm still just gonna say we're back.
Bitch, we back.
Bitch, we're back. No. How about just the return?
Hmm.
Puts a lot of pressure on.
Don't call it a comeback.
Fuck Gamergate.
No. Don't call it a
That'll give
comeback.
us good.
Let's go with the LL Cool J thing. Don't call it a comeback.
I don't understand that reference. Can you
You
explain it
don't
to me
you don't
quickly
remember
before?
you never heard the song Mama Said Knock You Out? Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years.
Okay, I like it. So don't call it a comeback.
Yes,
All
Black
right.
Ranger.
Do you remember how we used to do this?
Yes, I think so, Black Ranger.
I soon, um, very soon.
Backstreet's not back, but we are. Oh God,
It's 195, right? That's your
Uh,
part.
is it? Well, I don't remember the exact. Dude, I don't remember how that thing is said.
This this is the Otaku in Review podcast. I'm Scott Spaziani from Otaku in Review, and then you say
And I'm Michael Camacho from g-nitro.com.
yes, and then you say this is episode 195.
And this is episode 195.
No, right?
I think so. Oh God, I used to laugh all the time. Fuck, no pressure.
What the fuck did we say?
Yeah, because I would say, and this is episode 195, then you'd say the title. Had to have been something like that.
Hold on, I'm gonna
G
rec-
hyphen G hyphen nitro. No, that's awful.
I'm gonna listen to. I'm gonna listen to the old one. Let me just listen to the old one really quick, and then we'll do it.
I got a phone in my pocket, got a wallet in my pocket, got a phone in my pocket, got a wallet in my pocket. This is a mass text booty call.
I don't know what's going on. Every once in a while, I just don't know what's going on. No, I don't want to download it. All right. I'm just
Got a
gonna.
phone in my pocket, got a wallet in my pocket.
Okay, there we go. That generic tone that I
Instead of
use.
mass text booty call.
Podcast.
Shit, I didn't watch the Jimquisition today. Fuck, it's like 30 minutes long. Watch it tomorrow.
So as I say, it's you say you're listening to episode 195, recorded February 5th, 2018.
Oh fuck, that's right. All right.
And then I say the title, and the title is what is our title?
Backstreet's not back, but we are.
No, that wasn't it. Don't say
Make
I'm
it
back.
podcasting great again. Oh, don't call it a comeback.
Don't call it a comeback.
Yeah. All right, so
The
I need to
longest.
write this out.
No, you don't. You say 5 words.
This is my Hukumatsu from g-nitro.com. This is episode 195. Record. Okay,
You're
fine.
listening to episode 195.
Hold on, I need water.
Oh, hey, Preet is here.
I always
Hey,
thought it was
buddy.
like Prede, but I don't know.
I think it was Preet. I don't know. I think it was. He was on the show once. He's a nice guy. He was a kid back then. He's probably like 45 years old now.
No,
Hmm?
because I'm only 38, so nobody's that old yet.
How old are you now? I think you were like 16 when you were on.
Oh, it is Prede. Damn it.
I think you were 16 when you were on the podcast last. And that was like a million years ago.
It's been a million years ago since everybody's been on. Charles. Scott's a fancy turtleneck guy now. 28, so that was 10. I don't know why I said
No, I
10
wasn't
years ago.
16. No, he's only 2 years
Oh, wait,
younger
wait,
than
that
me.
means he's like 12 years ago. So, okay.
Okay. All right. You ready?
I think so. Hold on,
Okay.
no. Shit, I'm like laughing already.
Yeah, they're never going to work. Okay. Ready?
No.
Oh, God damn it.
Look at my face in the video. I'm not red.
Consummate professional. Are you wearing Diva headphones?
No, just white and pink.
What is it? Just
I have a Diva hoodie. It's pink.
Are they just
It's
HyperX? Let me
downstairs.
see that. Let me see this.
Yeah, they're HyperX.
Cool. Yeah, HyperX.
Yeah, they're the HyperX 2s.
Okay. Are you ready?
I should get my Diva hoodie. Oh well, I'll wear it next time.
Are you composed?
No, let's do this. I'd actually next time I'm getting my contacts in and I'm wearing my cat ear headphones.
Oh, good. I look forward to all that because it's never going to happen. This last episode again. Are you ready? I just sound 16.
All right, let's try it.
We didn't start.
Oh, you missed this. I don't know why I'm laughing. I do this every time. This has not changed in 4 years.
Call it 7 because that's, I mean, since we started.
And it's your boy G-Nitro.
That's not even close to what it is. You can do that. I mean, I'm not going to stop you. I might just edit it. Just edit in like a past one. It'll
be like, oh, this is G-Nitro.
I'm just gonna start. But when
Can
you're
I
not
just
ready,
be like, this is G-Nitro?
You know what? You do you, buddy.
I really don't want to see Cat. Oh, I don't want to see Cat butthole. God. Ah, no.
You're really getting in my way here right now, Cat.
All right, let's do this. Quick, go.
Can you deal with this, Brittany?
Let's go. No, she's playing League of Legends. She has no time to deal with it.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
This is the Otaku in Review podcast. I'm Scott Spaziani from Otaku in Review.
And I'm Michael Camacho from g-nitro.com, and you are listening to episode 195, recorded February 5th, 2018.
Don't call it a comeback. Could I have sounded whiter when I said that last part?
I don't care. We're not recording it again. I almost laughed like twice. I'm not doing it again. I was like struggling. Like my face is like, fucking don't do it. Don't laugh.
All right, buddy.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. There will be no more John and Golia because he has blocked Scott
no.
everywhere.
There has been a falling out. That's all I will say of the matter, and it very much is disappointing. But it is what it is. Was not my choice.
Oh man,
that's Scott, all we'll say of the matter.
Video game donkey. No,
I don't know who.
But if you're on Twitter, there is somebody with his name that is his brother.
Don't do that. Now we really have to stop broadcasting.
I didn't say his name.
That's fine. Umbrella's an interesting person.
Him and I follow each other.
Yeah, he's an interesting person, isn't he?
I don't really talk to him.
Okay, that's fair. All right, buddy. This feels good.
Yep, let's do it again.
All right. I'll talk to you soon.
Let's go. Oh, I thought
oh wait, right now? I guess yeah. We can. I mean, we'll call that
episode
take
196.
We'll call that take one. It was kind of stiff in the beginning.
We'll do episode 196 right now.
Right now? Yeah. All right, let's go. Hey, Michael.
What's up?
I haven't talked to you in a while.
How's that League of Legends game going?
I think she's still on the first one. I don't know how that game.
No, she's definitely finished too since we started.
I don't know. How many League of Legends games have you played since we started recording? Brittany. What? How many games have you played since we started recording?
4.
4.
Okay.
That either means she's really good or really bad. Are you only playing Garen? Are you exclusively playing Garen?
She said Ash last time.
Were you playing? We're recording 196 now, and it's exclusively going to be an interview with you playing League of Legends.
Is she playing with the White Ranger?
Is
she playing with Will?
Are you playing with the White Ranger?
No.
Okay.
I haven't played with Will in a long time.
Why? Is it because
I've also been playing Final Fantasy 14 and other games.
Okay. All right, buddy. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Everybody who's watching, have a good night, and we will be back in a month or so.
Yeah, send me a date that you think would be good, and then we'll play around that. Okay.
I'll go off my work schedule. Actually, I don't think I work mids during the week again for a while, so.
Okay.
I'm usually free Monday through Thursday night. I just need to know ahead of time, so I don't set up like a stream or do something else.
You want to
go out with friends and drink.
You want to say like the 26th for now, and we'll work around that.
The 26th. What day is that? A Monday?
It's a Monday.
Yeah, I can do that.
All right.
Cool.
All right, we'll go from there.
All right, and we should set up like watching an anime that we both watch.
I think we should. Yeah.
Actually, let's try to get through a little bit more of Pop Team Epic, even if we don't finish the whole thing, and talk about it.
I think so.
Because I want to talk about how that show works as screenshots, but not a full 15-minute episode.
Okay. Also, you gotta get me your save your Audacity file and get it to me.
Oh, I already stopped that like an hour ago.
Oh. Well, looks
are
like
we supposed to clap?
To stop it? No, just to start. He's just like clapping. Boy, have I missed this.
You changed the CL to an F, and we've got what I really like doing. Yeah!
Cuckolding?
No, fapping, sir.
Oh. Yeah, that does make sense, actually.
You want me to screen share and show you what I've been doing? No, I'm just...
Oh, no.
I'm kidding.
All right, just send me that file, you weirdo.
I will send it. I don't know how.
I don't know how either. I was just thinking about that.
Do you want me to just send it as the wave or change it to... Well, no, it's going to be too large as a wave file. I'm going to have to export it as like an MP3.
Yeah, or AIFF, whichever is easiest.
I can do that. I'll figure it out. Do you have Dropbox?
I do.
Okay. I'll figure it out then. I have Dropbox too.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right, buddy.
Bye, everybody watching. Bye, Scott. Bye, Brittany.
Hey, thanks for watching, people. This is great that people actually still care about it.
Hey, bye, Brittany, since she kept staring at the camera and it looked like she was staring at me. It was weird.
Okay, I'll let her know that you thought she was staring right at you.
No, it just made it feel like she was staring right at me. Look, like right now! Tell her to stop! She was just doing it again.
All right, peace.
Peace! Last episode was April 2014.
Yes, it was.